talking about choking the chicken. She started the choking chickens joke. You know, I took it the next step. She wasn't on my level.
Yeah, you wasn't on my level. Hey.
I miss Val, man.
I really wish I could get you and Val together like in real life and just sit back and let y'all go. I'd pay money to see that.
I would set up a studio and put it on live TV.
That would be amazing. You know, we gotta do like what we used to do, is have our stuff on live stream, recorded.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch some of that stuff again.
Well, those are good times, man. You know, but I mean, the content changed, and Blizzard knew it fucked up on certain things. For instance, you know, if you notice, Valor is back. Valor should never have been an issue. Valor should never have been taken out. Just like you have the reforging. It's not coming back per se, but you know, reforging gave you a chance to fix stuff a certain way on gear you got. Here, if the gear don't fit, you gotta wait till, you know, you go somewhere else and get the right gear from whatever drop it is, so that it could be the gear you need. You know what I'm saying? Versatility. What the, you know, what is it? Bear with me. When they give you like something that has mastery and versatility. What the fuck? For a caster? That's such a waste.
It's called bending over mode. You get to be versatile.
Oh my god.
No, but really,
learn, man.
Versatility, I understand, helps with the fact of your health and your DPS increase. It's marginal. I understand that, but really to have it as a, you know, on a good drop on a hard-fought boss, shouldn't it be like, you know, get your crit and mastery, or haste or mastery, or haste or crit? Well, you know what I'm saying. Some better mix them. You know, look at the drops from what's his face? I was gonna say Kazara, not Kazara, Kazik. Yeah, I got something that had, what was it? It had avoidance, it had leech, and it had versatility. And I'm like, oh, what a great 705 piece. This is nice.
I think they gave that to people just so people could spot the people in the raid saying, oh, you're wearing that trinket. Oh, no, you need to do something else.
Oh, it's a
but I've heard it was
trick.
good for solo and old content. That's the only thing it's good for. But
right, I didn't even think about that. But just in terms of present content, useless.
Well, I mean, I read today that they're getting rid of mass res and removing all reses from everything but healers. Every spec but healers. And getting rid of mass res.
Oh, that's stupid.
That is stupid.
You see, my point had been that Blizzard calculated certain changes in their thought process that were going to be good for the game. It destroyed the 25-man guilds. You don't have 25-man guilds anymore. You have 10, 15, 20-man teams in a guild. But you don't have 25-man guilds like you used to have. It's very specific. You know, because you're doing 20 mythic. And even the mythic situation, you know, you had, because of changes within that gameplay, many guilds broke apart and reformed because of different approaches to the actual mythic content. So Blizzard had a hand in changing a lot of stuff, and a lot of people have left because it's lost the taste, the flavor of what we used to know as WoW. You know, there's certain, certain development point where people said this isn't fun anymore. Even myself, I get bored with some of the stuff that's on here.
Well, I mean, the number one thing to me was in-game content in the garrison. I mean, I think the garrison pretty much flopped. And in-game content, there wasn't any. And even now, you know, I've only been back for a month or so, and you know, Tanan's already pretty much done for me, except for on alts or something. I mean, WoW, you watch old stuff, you listen to people that played in, I played in BC and Wrath some, but not hardcore rating or anything. But you listen to people, they didn't have time for alts back then.
Nope.
People, there was so much to do on one main tune that
And just
you didn't have time
gold
for.
gathering. Just gold gathering was a bitch. You didn't have time to yeah.
But to me, the main thing that's lacking is story. It's an RPG. I understand it's an MMO and gameplay comes first and all that, but I mean things like Apexis dailies and stuff. At least with daily quests, you had a little bit of a story, to go along with it or whatever. But I mean, some people that don't matter. They don't play the game for any kind of story or whatever. But
No, and then some of the dailies you were able to pick and choose what dailies you wanted. You remember back on the farm
Yeah.
when you were growing the food? You had a choice in that hub to do. You didn't have to do every quest in the line. You did 2 or 3, got what you needed, and went on to your next tune or whatever. Point being is that they gave you alternatives. You don't have that here. Once you get what you need, it's basically such a grind. You don't want to go back and do shit you don't need to do. I'm sure you know that the Rumble in the Jungle. I think that was the name of it. How many people have done that since they got their items? Answer: very few. Why would you subject yourself to it?
I hardly go out to Sanan anymore. It's so boring.
Thank you.
I mean, I still do it just because I'm still doing stuff on alts or whatever. But I was away for 7, 8, 9 months or whatever it was. So it's all still like a month into it for me.
I kept telling people that your probation officer kept saying it would be just a matter of time before you was out. People were impatient.
Yeah, man. I mean, he was just being a bitch to me. Kept making me piss in a cup and all that.
That's always fun.
But no matter what game I play or whatever, it's still the thing that brings me back to WoW is not really the game. It's this right here. It's my buddies or whatever. It's you might find a game that's more fun than WoW right now or whatever. But you got years and years worth of friends that are here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
Yeah, you can't give that up just like that.
Well, in my opinion, I think Guild Wars is better than WoW, but neither Fuzzy nor I could really get in with the people there. You guys are buds, so that's why we stick around.
Now, you know what? And I like the fact that we've always nurtured people along, the keepers anyway. And it's always been fun to see when that matures itself into us doing like encounters like we're doing now. So it's always that much more inclusive. I enjoy that. I mean, I've been in very exclusive guilds, and that's okay. But it really is a turnoff when friends that you want to play with can't play with you because they're not invited or whatever. That sucks. Very snooty guilds. And that's back in the day, back in the old days. I used to run with Tainted. They were very snooty.
Yeah,
But that's there was so much competition on the server for fights and stuff. That's gone away too. They've made the fights that much easier. So yeah, there's a lot of changes in this game that I hope in the expansion coming up that it's addressed, not just beyond putting a new character. What is it? The hunters, whatever.
The Demon
they are.
Hunters.
The demon hunter. Yeah, don't give me a demon hunter and make that the pizzazz of the expansion. If that's it, if that's the only thing you've done that's beyond tuning and messing up with the tunes, well, now you're gonna have lower mastery because you're gonna versatility is gonna be your thing now. So you know, you go for that. You know, aside from those changes, I hope that that's just not that. That it's more rich content. That you have a storyline, like you said, Wes, because that was part of the fun. Remember, I forgot their name, but you all know the story. I think it's Buckbeak, but I think that's the Potter movie. But the mama and the papa eagle with the little baby eagle up in Aries Peak. Do you remember the story? Come on, you guys got to remember that story.
I remember
Where
a
at the
Buckbeak out in
Not
the
Buckbeak.
Twilight
Buckbeak
Highlands.
is the guy. Yeah, and then the Highlands. There was you had to go and find this bird's parents and stuff, and then you find out they're dead or something like that, and it's real sad. It's up in the temple.
Oh, I must
Y'all
not have
don't
done
remember
that.
Never mind. But that was
I always
a
like
very,
the one
very,
out in.
Well, my
I was
point
gonna-
is, perhaps bad example, but it's one that's clear in my mind. Many people remember the story of the bird. They felt sorry for the bird. There was empathy and sympathy amongst people for that bird. And I'm like, God damn, look at this game. And that's rich content when you have people, you know, giving you that sentiment over stupid cartoon birds. Or, you know, or things that happen, for instance, the stories that led up to Kara. You know, all the stuff you had to fight, the people you had to fight just to get the right to go into Kara, all that setup. That was when the stuff was the real deal.
Yeah, that's to me. You know, I understand why you got cues and all that, but I really liked when the zone or whatever, the whole story of the zone led up to you going to the dungeon in that zone or whatever. You know, now you just have quests inside the dungeon, but the zone don't really connect to it or whatever.
I wish, but again, I'm just hoping, in my regard, I'm just hoping that the new content addresses some of that, man, and to keep the rating as fun. You know, for a while there, rating turned out to be rough. Right after Sue, you know, after we finished with Garage, it was uphill initially, and then you know they eased up on it. You know, going into fight. I'm trying to remember the names. Damn it, in High Mall. That wasn't easy at first. But I don't want them to mess with the difficulties. I'm just saying that make it interesting, make it fun, give us fights we can handle, and let's go from there. That wasn't easy at first. But I don't want them to mess with the difficulties. I'm just saying.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of thinking that this. I mean, it could be completely off or whatever, but I think this next expansion may be it. They may be trying either like a WoW 2 or just, you know, letting it be it. Or and they are giving people a lot of stuff they've been asking for a long time, as far as like demon hunters and letting you play all your specs or whatever, and you know, the big Legion invasion of Azeroth, the full-on invasion of Azeroth or whatever, and talking about Sargeras being the end boss. Not, you know, that's not confirmed or whatever, but they're talking about it and letting people wield the most powerful weapons in the lore or whatever.
Yeah, it would make sense.
I mean, where do you go with the story after that, you know?
Yeah, it's just gonna be rehashing everything over and over again.
And I'm confused because in this series, we don't ever get to kill Gul'dan. All we do is chase him out. Basically.
Yeah, he's
When
gonna
you
be the
kill
end boss
Archie-
of the first tier of Legion.
You kill him in the first tier? Is that what you said?
I don't know how they're gonna play it out story-wise. You know, we've had a bunch of end bosses that you beat but you don't kill or whatever. But Gul'dan's gonna be the end boss of the first raid tier in Legion.
I hope they don't do what they did with some of these bosses that have been some alliance people that have been so badass. Like, I felt what they did to Admiral Taylor was so disrespectful. At the end, they had a minor boss kill him.